So retail media is an incredibly fast-growing space, and there's a lot of things to know about the space in retail media specifically. So it is wildly complex in the number of retailers and the introduction of new media networks almost on a weekly basis. And then it's also incredibly complex within each retailer as well. So historically, retail media has been known to, help drive purchase, help drive sales, and it's expanding much beyond that. So beyond just on-site search and on-site display, it's expanding into off-site programmatic, whether that's video or display, and now getting into much more of the in-store experience as well.
So I'd imagine among all these retail media networks, there's just different specialties, different scale. What are you seeing, or what do you look for when you're advising clients on how to allocate their media dollars?
Yeah, so helping clients understand how to decide how much to spend across the retailers and then within each retailer is actually a lot of where we spend our time and kind of strategy around partnering with our clients. So what we look for is unique inventory and unique data. So what makes them different from everybody else that we can find addressable through different data sources? So what inventory is unique, whether that's on their owned properties, website or app, or what inventory do they have access across the web? And then audiences. So what incremental reach can we get from working with any of the retailers or the media networks that you cannot necessarily get, or a unique way to reach them through their data sets?
And retail media isn't just necessarily about stores and retail chains. There are other kinds of companies that are kind of being grouped within this umbrella, whether it's airlines or hotels. What else could you tell us about the way it's evolving?
Yeah, so I feel like the term retail media is almost like a broad encompassing term right now for retailers, plus any of the new emerging media networks. So you'll find finance. Chase is one of the newest players in the space. You'll find entertainment. You'll find travel. So United with their connective media launch that has just recently come about. Those are expanding and they're kind of falling underneath this retail media umbrella, but they're really travel, entertainment, finance players. So it's a little bit more of just the expansion of using the critical and strong data that each of these players have in forming a media network on their behalf. So it's a way for them to monetize the inventory that they have and also the power of their data as well.
So when you look at different kinds of retail media networks or commerce networks, are there certain kinds of categories of brands that are better suited for them? Or, can a major advertiser use a brand building strategy across all of them, or is it more lower funnel, or what do you see happening?
Yeah, buying into retail media networks and commerce media networks is really applicable to almost any type of advertiser. And the selection of which media network you're going to work with is really dependent on what vertical or what industry you fall in as a brand or an advertiser. So you might not be an endemic brand, meaning you might not sell physical product on the retailer website or within that retailer environment, but you might find the value of that data very similar to the type of advertising or the type of consumer that you're trying to reach. So a perfect example here is auto. So if I am an auto manufacturer, I might not be selling cars on Amazon yet, but you can find incredible value for anybody that is in the marketplace or searching or, maybe just trying to do some research for replacement parts for a new vehicle. And maybe it's a trigger point for them to be in the market for a new car as well.
Well, as you probably know, women make most of the purchase decisions in this country. So, are you satisfied that you could, reach certain segments like new moms because they're buying diapers and that kind of thing, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the power of retail data that's available through a lot of these retail media networks goes much beyond demographics. So that's the part that really excites us, is it's more about their buying behavior, regardless of who they are, what they look like, do they have children in the house or not. It's much more of what are they showing from an intent, what are they buying, and what is related to what they're actually interested in taking an action on. So it's much more behavioral as opposed to grouping them in like affinities or like demographics.
That's really interesting. So, looking ahead, is there anything that you're really excited about or perhaps worried about that keeps you up at night or you'd like to see change in the industry?
Yeah, a couple of things keep me up at night and a few things that I'm really excited for. So, one is commerce talent is incredibly difficult to find within the industry right now. So, what we're really focused on is one, recruiting to make sure that they want to work for a company like Digitas, but also focused on training. So, there's only so many experts to go around. Like, if you've been in the retail media space for as long as it's been around, you haven't been working in this space for more than 12 years. So there's a lot of more focus on training from my side in terms of being able to help them understand the landscape and use the skill sets that they do have to now buy with retail media networks. And then what I'm probably most excited for is simplification of the landscape. I don't necessarily know how and when that's going to come about, but I'm excited for more retailers to work together or more companies that are launching media networks to work together so that it's an easier landscape to buy from.